This heater has better self-control than I do around pizza since it's supposedly self-regulating. It is a PTC or positive temperature coefficient heating element, and as mentioned, it's special because it can control its own temperature. It does this by varying its resistance depending on that temperature. Here, with it being relatively low, we see a matching low resistance, which should change when we plug it in and heat it up. The low resistance allows for lots of current to flow in and rapidly heat the element up. Right now, before I even speed the footage up, we can see how fast the temperature is climbing, which is honestly pretty cool. Or hot, I guess. However, after a few minutes in, the heating slows down until it approaches within 10 degrees of its set point, which is 80 degrees for this heating element in particular. As we see, it levels out just a few degrees under, meaning it is indeed self-regulating, maintaining a temperature around 75 degrees within tolerance. And when I unplug and check the resistance, now that it's hot, we can see it's about 7 times higher than what it was at the start. And what's actually cool is seeing the resistance drop in real time as the element actually cools. And eventually, we see it drop back down to the same resistance it was at the start of the heating cycle. But what about power? As we can imagine, it probably starts off high and decreases until it levels off near its peak temperature when it reaches steady state, where the power in matches the power dissipated off. To find out, I hooked the heating element up in series to measure the current, and with a steady 12-volt power supply, we can see how it does indeed spike at the start, and then decreases as it heats up. After a few minutes, we see how it eventually slows down and maintains a steady power draw at around 2 watts. But what if we want to put out more heat? Since it's self-regulating, it will only output what's needed to maintain that set point. All we need to do is increase the cooling on the surface, so it has to work harder to keep that. And a simple way of doing that is just increasing the surface area. Here I have a 10 by 2 cm piece of copper, which is larger than our exposed area on our heating element. By just placing it on top, we indeed see a power spike right away as the heating element cools and draws more power to try and reach its set point. After a while, it seems to stay just under 3 watts at its new steady state, a little higher than before. On a side note, you'll notice that the copper is cooler than the heater because of thermal resistance between the materials, making this crude fin less efficient. Some thermal paste would probably help out here. Another way to increase the heat dissipation is by forced convection, where we blow air over the top, like with a cooling fan. As we can see, it has a noticeable effect, making the heating element work overtime to compensate for the lost heat, since it's doing everything it can do to try and keep that 80-degree peak temperature. In all, this little heating element packs quite an interesting punch with its ability to control its surface temperature and adjust its power output accordingly. I certainly learned something today, and with that said, thank you for watching.